novels. Well, Charlie Chan's in the public domain, so he didn't have to worry about anything at all. So, but what is it like, or are there any restrictions or any hoops to go through when you're going to be a full-blown tribute band?
No, we've
That's cool.
No, we've been, we've got stuff up on YouTube. We've got stuff all over social media. We've never once been flagged or, it's, no. And everything we use is original. So if you hear us, like if you see our promo video, that's us playing, no overdubs, recorded live. We're not like lip syncing to a Bruce Springsteen track.
Right.
So.
Well, that's good. I knew that, but I just figured everybody else might want to make sure that they're not thinking about that in any way. So this obviously is not only a professionally rewarding, but a labor of love, obviously as well. Tell me a little bit about creating a band, because the one thing about the E Street Band is that the different players like Roy and Max and those guys, I mean, they have a pretty distinctive style of their own. So it really is something that takes a lot of work.
For sure. The, people were selected for a reason, right? They came in and, the pianist who covers all the Roy parts, a young guy named Austin Quick. And, Austin has been in many bands, and, he says Roy's one of his heroes. I mean, Roy has a very distinct piano style, and that's how he wanted to play. So, that's how he's approached it. The drummer came to us via a suggestion because he was a great drummer and wasn't a Bruce Springsteen fan, just thought, that's cool, and started listening to the songs. And he's like, man, Max Weinberg, what an underrated player. Right. And he just dove into the nuances of Max's playing, the fills, the way he plays, and all of a sudden, it's there. It was just I didn't find a Max Weinberg fan. I found a guy that was a great player,
right,
and wanted to take it on, and then developed an appreciation for a guy's skill set, and has done a great job of bringing that to life.
And you had to find somebody who was comfortable wearing a bandana.
Oh, on the Little Steven side? Yeah. So he's, and that's Rocco Mirando, who's really a rock and roll guitar player. And when I mean rock and roll, like heavy stuff.
Right.
And so that's been probably the biggest shift in somebody's playing style. He's like, I want to do it because I like you and we're friends, and I want to do the Little Steven stuff. And I'm like, okay. Well, there's almost no distortion. It's a Vox AC30, and in the beginning, he was kind of like, I hate this guitar tone. But then he developed an appreciation for not only the playing style, but like who Little Steven is as a person. And if you watch his history and his philanthropic endeavors and what he did in South Africa, and just his whole vibe as a human being, there's something about that. And you really got to dig into who the people are, and not just get up and play the parts, if that makes any sense.
It makes a whole lot of sense. And for those who are listening, there's a new HBO documentary about Little Steven that's coming out, and it's come out this month, I think. But all right, let's get to you now. You have to be the centerpiece, or not have to be. You want to be, or have the great chore of being that. But that's a lot of pressure. I mean, you're being the boss. And first of all, how'd you decide which boss you were going to be? The old bearded boss, or I know that the clean shaven boss is what you do. But what'd you think about in that process?
Well, if you've ever seen my facial hair, we knew that the bearded boss was out. My son got, I don't know whose facial hair my son got, but you've met him. That kid, he can snap fingers and grow a beard, and I can't. I tried to I didn't want to be a caricature.
Right.
So I didn't want to show up in a sleeveless white T-shirt and a bandana and try and be Born in the USA boss. So I took the easy route, and I said, you know what, I'm going to get a clean cut haircut, and I'm going to get pearl snap button shirts and some, Oxblood Doc Martens and some jeans like he does now. And I'll be present day Bruce. I have always been a Telecaster guy when it comes to guitars. I was never really a Strat guy, and I was never a Gibson guy. And something about Telecasters just always worked for me. So that was an easy one.
Right.
And the guitar tones were similar to who I was as a player, and the playing style was similar. The only thing I really had to work hard on was the vocal, which that sounds like a big only thing, but I've never been a throat singing, and Bruce has that natural grit, rasp that I had to develop. So that's been the hardest part about what I'm doing. And I'd say, in brutal honesty, I'm 80% there live. I've got the accent, I've got the pronunciation of the words, and you're just never going to 100% get his tone, but I'm really, really close. And, the speaking voice, this is my natural speaking voice. But man, when I'm on stage and I'm talking, I fall into that Bruce Jersey thing, and you take it up a notch and you speak, and I won't break character for 2 hours. So
that's cool. That is really cool. Well, tell us a little bit if people head out to the Voodoo Lounge on the 19th, and some tickets are available, although I think it's close to being a sellout. What are they going to see?
So you're going to get 24, 25 songs packed into 2 hours. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to remember that 5 or 6 of these songs are 8 or 10 minutes long.
Right.
So we're going to do the Rosalita from the late 70s that has band introductions in the middle of it, and it's a 10, 11-minute song. You're going to get as close of a faithful reproduction of a live Bruce Springsteen show as you can get anywhere for $15 a ticket.
Right.
You're going to hear all the hits, and then for the Springsteen lovers, you're going to get Two Hearts, and you're going to get Johnny 99. But you're going to get Dancing in the Dark and Born to Run and Born in the USA and Thunder Road. And it's 7 guys. There's nothing pre-recorded. There's nothing lip synced. There's nothing faked. It's a live 7-piece band. And we've got a guy out front mixing, Matt Hartnett's his name. He's been around Kansas City in the Midwest forever. Total pro. Actually has some connections, some professional connections to Bruce's house crew that's on tour right now. So we've done some things. We've got some intel on mixing and signal chain that we create the tones. We've invested in the guitars, the amps, the drum kit, all of it to give you as close from a visual to a sonic reproduction of what you get at a Bruce show.
Well, obviously, you have put a tremendous amount into this, and this project is now up and running. It's up and running, and it looks like it might be running far and wide.
Yeah, there's interest from around the Midwest, and we had a little bit of a timing issue with how we got it together, and we got our promo kit together, and we missed like the fair season. But we're looking forward to next spring and potentially some regional fair work and larger shows. So right now we've just been a show here and a show there, trying to get it together and just get real confident and comfortable with it on stage. But we're looking forward to as good as this year's been just starting out, and the response has been great from casual fans to diehards who have given us some great feedback. We're looking forward to 25 and expanding and getting out a little further. And you don't know. So we'll see where it goes.
Right.
We'll see how much of a job we want to make it. So.
It's music, so you don't know. But you have, this obviously has been a cool journey, and it's something that's obviously a great passion for you. You must be having a tremendous amount of fun and enjoyment with it. And the fact that maybe there's possibilities outside of this particular show and the shows you've done so far must be very gratifying.
It is. I mean, it's you realize, somebody made the comment who's known me for a long time and a family member, and they said, "Man, I always knew you were good, but this is really good." I said, "Well, it's different when you can go out and represent a hit-laden, decades-long catalog." I said, "My only problem being an artist was I never wrote 50 hits. So if I could have just done that in the '90s, I'd still be John Michaels." But we were joking. I said, "I've got get paid more to be somebody else than I ever got to be John Michaels with a guitar." So,
And you mentioned that this is pretty unique. This is probably one of the reasons you're getting a lot of attention. I mean, sometimes you'll see there probably are 15 Styx tribute bands right there that are in the Midwest right now. But is this completely unique or just pretty unique?
It's pretty unique. I mean, we did some research early on, and there's a Springsteen band out of Vegas. There's a few off the East Coast, and they're good bands. And I don't want to take anything away from anybody that's doing music, but from a visual side, there's nothing like what we're doing right now. From I've seen a lot of them with one keyboard player, and I know that sounds like a thing most people wouldn't notice, but when you look at those songs, there's definitely something going on with an organ and something going on with a piano, and it's just details. Right. And it's one of those things that the casual person, may not understand it, but if they saw them both back to back, they'd be like, "Oh, that one was." It's just the sonic landscape of that band was different, and so we've looked at what other people are doing and tried to raise the bar a little bit. So,
and just wrap it up with telling people how they can get involved with the show and follow the progress of this particular project.
Yeah, for sure. Thunder Road, the music of Bruce Springsteen. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, and Thunder Road Band on Instagram. And then this show, July 19th, doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. We'll go 8 to 10 at Voodoo Lounge, Harrah's. I know they got a little ticket special going on right now. Buy one, get one. They're $15 a ticket. Buy one, get one. And then they do have some tables that still haven't, a few tables. I know VIP's sold out, but there's a few tables left, and I think tables are a couple $100 with 4 seats, but you get to sit in a chair. So,
sounds good. Congratulations on this, and I'm looking very much forward myself to seeing the show. It should be great.
Absolutely, man. We'll see you down there. I appreciate the time, Danny. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed the latest Danny Klingscale Reasonably Irreverent podcast. Come back soon for something fresh and new. This podcast was made possible by our great sponsors like Advanced Sports and Family Chiropractic and Acupuncture, with 8 convenient locations in the Kansas City metro. Dr. Brad Woodall and his friendly team will improve your health and outlook with every visit. Find out more at asfca.com/Danny.